It's your boy Rico, no Suave, ready to go. Let me pull these stars from the sky. Boom! Yeah, you already know, everybody. It's your boy Rico, no Suave, Heart of Hollywood magazine interview series. We are back. Everyone from Hollywood is going to be checking in today. Everybody from America is checking in. Everyone globally is actually going to be checking in because you know what? I missed you. You missed me. And that's what we do, everybody, here on the Heart of Hollywood magazine. Once again, just so happy. But you know, I got to let you guys know about the social media handles, everyone. You have to go to Instagram, Heart of Hollywood magazine. You got to go to YouTube, Heart of Hollywood magazine. You already know we're on Facebook, Heart of Hollywood magazine. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to like and do everything that you just need to do to stay in contact with us. Everyone, you already know we got the Heart of Hollywood magazine.com is our website. You know, we have a lot of big things coming up. We have a gala coming up in 2023. It's going to be around October, November timeframe, but we're definitely going to keep you informed. Hey, you might even see me there. You know what I mean? You might even see me there. You know, I'm part of Heart of Hollywood, so you might see me there as well, too. You know, one of the things about Heart of Hollywood magazine is that we love to be able to give and be able to support the community, but also open up doors for people that really want to get into the fashion, into film, and even into talk shows as well, too. And also, if you have a talent, we'd love to basically interview you as well, making sure that you get that exposure that you need from a Hollywood standpoint, everybody. You know, speaking of that, for my new people that's actually coming in, you know, it's all about influencers. It's all about film directors. It's about musicians, right? It's about authors as well, too. It's about when people actually want to get interviewed. They want to get interviewed, and then I'm here to show you and everybody them off because it's all about expanding the positivity of, with me, Rico No Suave, Heart of Hollywood magazine. All right, everybody, you know, enough of all that, you know, because I know you know. And you know that I know that you know that I know. I have to introduce this gentleman here, man. You know, when we talk about energy, and you're going to feel that. When we talk about energy, everybody, I'm telling you, my man, it's like brotherly love in Philly. You know what I mean? This gentleman has his own talk show. It's called the Dose of Dano. Donald, forget about it. My man has been hitting the scene and been interviewing a lot. I've been interviewed on this show as well, too. And I have to tell you, this gentleman, me and him have that same energy, but he's all about that positive outreach, meaning that he's talking to people all the time in the streets, and he's also interviewing people just like I'm interviewing him today. I want you guys to put your hands together. I need you guys to stand up. If you got a microphone in your hand, and get a big shout out to the talk show host of Dose of Dano. Put your hands together for my man, Daniel Echevarria. Let's go. Let me get him in. Because you already know everybody. Where you at? Gotta unmute yourself. Let me see if you got to unmute yourself, Papa. I don't know if are you unmuted. Let me see.
Yeah, here we go. Let's go. Oh yeah. Thank you so much, Rico.
How are you, man?
Absolutely amazing, man. I'm so glad to be here today. Thank you to Heart of Hollywood for this opportunity. Thank you, Rico, host of the Rico No Suave show. Make sure you go check him out as well. Like I said, thank you for the opportunity. I'm really excited to be here,
man. I appreciate the love, Papa. I appreciate the love, man. Giovanna Salas is checking in. That is the owner of Heart of Hollywood magazine. So, you know, we're going to have a blast. Now that she's on, too, we're going to have a great time. My man James Dunn is checking in as well, too. Guys, don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to let everybody know that Rico No Suave and my man, I want to just call him Dose of Dano, right? That's my man, right? That's how we put it down today. Papa, are you ready?
I'm ready, man. I've been ready for it. Let's go.
Now, from talk show host to talk show host, you know, sometimes in our head, we think about how do we come up with trying to be a talk show host? Now, of course, you know, Daniel, you got to let the people know, how did you just get started in general?
Yeah, so this is kind of a long story, so I'm going to condense it as much as I can. Okay. So the semester before everybody got locked up and locked inside for the pandemic, I was
Yeah.
actually going to college. And let me tell you, Rico, man, I absolutely hated it. And hate is a strong word, but I just
Sure.
really didn't like it. So halfway through the semester, I actually stopped showing up to classes. And I was like, you know what? And yes, I know college may be like, a long time for some people, but hey, that's just my story. But, I stopped going and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. I was kind of going through the motions of everything, going to classes, going to the gym, partying on weekends, working, doing all that good stuff. And I just knew that I had something bigger calling for me rather than, sitting in those classes.
Yes,
So
sir.
it made some motivational pieces on Instagram where the first half would be like a happy and rewarding tip to live a happy and rewarding life. And then the
Mhm.
second half would be a positive news story that you would find on, the news
Yeah.
because this was kind of at like the height of the pandemic and, all that good stuff. But I wanted to spread the positivity. And Lauren Harris from E360. He's a producer for their network. He said, hey, I saw your pieces on Instagram. Would you want to come out and have your own show as a talk show? And to be honest, when I first heard that, I said, what? No, why would I do that? Because all my pieces are recorded. So if I mess up, then everybody's going to make fun of me. And, it just wasn't a great look. So eventually I got over it. I overcame my fear and I said, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to take this head on. And that was about 2.5 years ago, and I've never looked back ever since. So I guess I manifested it without really realizing what I was doing at the time.
Beatrice Davis is checking in, and she said we both had this incredible energy. And thank you, Beatrice Davis. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I actually connected as far as with my man Daniel. But when you say something like that, I feel it because I felt the same way when I first started, wanting to be a talk show host. You don't want to mess up, and you don't want to look bad in front of people. And when it comes to like the internet, when it comes to everybody and their grandmama on the internet, and you're like, listen, you don't want anything negative to come out. But then, of course, we have to take that risk. Somebody's tapping us on our back or they're pushing us and saying, you gotta do it. And then once you start doing it, you start realizing, like, I just gotta be myself, right? I just gotta be myself. What was one of the things that helped you build your confidence to keep going? Because at the very beginning of being a talk show host, there's a lot of research that's involved, right? You have to
Mhm.
be able to look. Was there any influence? People that influenced you that's a talk show host that makes you want to keep going?
Yeah, 100% is definitely. I would have to give the credit to my mom and my brother. There have been times where I was just like, I don't really, I'm not sure, like I'm not confident in front of the camera, but they just having a group of people that are there to support you no matter what, and they're just
Yes.
constantly giving you advice, and me being able to take criticism, that was a big part of it because
Yeah.
everybody wants to think, no, I can do it on my own, but to everybody watching out there, no, most likely you can't do it on your own. Like, yes, there's one or two cases, but look at the Heart of Hollywood interview that we're on right now, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
isn't just a one-man show. This is many people, and Amazon and all these big companies. You need to have other people there to support you as well. And then I
Yeah.
would say one more piece is repetition, right? The first time that you do something is not going to be the best time. And to be honest, I have nightmares about that first episode that I've ever done. I don't ever want to see it again. I hope it's deleted from everywhere on the internet, and I hope nobody has a copy of it. But when it comes to things like that, I just really love it's kind of the contrast, right? Where
Yeah.
in the beginning you see how you are and what you don't want to become, and now since we just stuck with it, we were consistent, we were honest with ourselves, and we
Yeah.
had that humbleness to really take it to the next level and take that criticism, whether it's
Yeah.
from Beatrice or from you, or like I said earlier, my family. You're
Yeah.
just going to be able to get through everything, and that's how you really become a lot better to where you want to be.
Yeah. Hey Denise Marie Paslowski. Thank you for so much for checking in. Yes, you already know, everybody. It's the Heart of Hollywood magazine. Well, man, the Dose of Dano, the talk show host. You already know. Hey, you know what, Papa? When you said that first episode, Beatrice, she's gonna go and watch it now. Like when
Oh
you
no, no, no,
said
no! Please don't, man. You know how long that call is gonna be? It's gonna say 10 hours long, and that's just scratching the surface. Oh man.
hey, Dave, one of the biggest things about us growing is that we learn from our mistakes and we do have nightmares. Bro, I kid you not. I caught myself waking up one time and like 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't know why it came out, but I felt that I came out saying that. And I was like, bro, I'm like, why did I just say that? I'm like, was that just for me to get up at my alarm clock and just get up and just start getting ready for work? It was so weird. It was so weird, but it was like a nightmare. It was like something that I didn't want to forget. You know what I mean? Like with something like that, bro, I have to say it's crazy how we feel about what then it's passion too. It's passion, right? You have a passion to try to be as perfect as you can. That's the whole objective of why we are talk show hosts, right? Because we want to make sure that people enjoy our company, right? As far as with them, right?
Can I talk about that really quick? I just want to make one point.
Papa.
And it's like you said, man, that strive to be a perfectionist, to always have everything perfect. It can be counterintuitive because let me raise you a point. Let's say that you're trying to reach a certain demographic. You want to help women and children, or you want to help somebody that's been abused, or you want to help somebody start their business, right? Yeah. If you are trying to be perfect, the very people that you're trying to help, you're going to put them off because you're going to be at a high caliber when they're just starting out. Or, you know, it's kind of counterintuitive because they're like, wow, well, he's so perfect with everything. I can never be that way. No, my advice for you is please just get started. Stop worrying about being perfect because you're never going to achieve that. And if you're trying to keep going after that goal, it's just, you know, you just kind of just pushing the goalpost back, and it's never going to work, and it's never going to be perfect because there's always something that you can do better. So my advice is just get started and stop worrying about that, perfectionist mindset.
Bro, you hit it. You hit it. You hit it. The nail right there. Boom, Papa. The one thing that I have to say about that, and it's just you said everything. You just have to get it going. But here's the caveat behind that. It's called experience. It's called experience of many years. Like, you know, give yourself more time. You're going to become that veteran to someone in the community. You're going to be that role model, right? They want the dose of Dano every single day, right? And then they're like, listen, I can only give you 2 doses, and that's going to be 2 times a week, right? And you're just going to have to call me in the morning, right? And that's just how it is, right? But what happens is that you become contagious for people that want more. The community needs that, right? But now I have to say, for the pandemic, and I don't know how you feel about this, I feel during the pandemic, since we were in the house and we were in our homes, everybody and their grandmother, they wanted to become a podcaster.
Oh my God. Ain't that the truth?
So I want to get your thoughts on this. And so too, because as a talk show host, we take this seriously. We take the passion that we have, not just it's just a fly by night. We'll just do it for a little bit and say, forget about it. I did it, right? No, we take passion in regards to what we love to do. But when we started this, we knew that there was always podcasters. We knew that there was podcasters that was out there. We knew that people were YouTubers that did a lot of this. But as soon as COVID hit, woo, saturated. And people's like, hey, I want to start my podcast. The first thing I told them, I said, hey, if you don't do this, be careful. Because this is hard work. Have you ran into that situation where you had people that say, hey, I want to start my podcast. What do I do?
Yeah. Oh my God. Still to this day. The other day, I believe it was last week, I was the MC of a wrestling show. And one of the people came up to me because I just recently I got my first magazine cover on a publication. And the guy, thank you. And the gentleman that was attending the show said, hey, listen, man, I see that you got this magazine cover. I want to have my own podcast too. What do what can I do? So I made him a deal. I said, listen, if you have like at least a business plan or strategy, I will help you out in the very beginning. And that's kind of what I do with a lot of people because they weed themselves out. It's like you said, when they don't see the results within the first 4 or 5 episodes, they start to think of the worst case scenario. But with us, Rico, I know you're the same way. You start getting that excitement and you start to think, okay, well, where can I get my even better guests and how much more, funding can I get for this? And that's what I would give my piece is for the people that want to get started, man, think about the best case scenario. Don't
Yeah.
worry about the worst case scenario. And,
Yeah.
just you got to have a passion for it. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. I know for us, we really want to help people. We want to spread the positivity and we want to spread a good message. But if you want to do it just for the money, if you want to do it for fame, if you want to do it for anything that's not purpose driven or self fulfilling,
Yeah.
you're just going to weed yourself out. So to
Yeah.
answer your question, I have experienced that. Still to this day, people are always asking, "What can I do?" I'll tell you the platforms to get started, but up to after that, it's really up to you because it's either you're gonna make it and you're gonna stick with it,
Right.
or you're gonna sink.
Papa, the one thing that you said was consistency. I tell people all the time, you have to be consistent at what you love to do. There's nothing wrong with taking a break and coming back, but
Mhm.
you got to come back. And if you come back, you got to come back harder because the time that you have taken off, you have to know that you have to be more creative. You have to be able to attract more people. Your manager has to love what you're doing. The
Mhm.
people that you're actually working for, but also the people that watches your show regularly and they missed you, you want them to come back. Your
Yep.
reach have to continue. You got to be out like you out in the street talking to different people. People love that, man. That communication. Your passion is the one that's going to make you money. Your experience is going to make you money automatically.
Mhm.
When you have it here, Papa, talk show host, when we have it here, what we love to do, people are going to want to spread the word and spread the love for you, anyways. And that's the cool thing about it, man. It's a beautiful thing to be in. I love being in this seat to be able to talk to people just like you, right? I love being in the seat. The Dose of Dano, man. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how you got started as far as with that, but also what is the show about?
Yeah, so Weekly Dose of Dano TV. Sorry, that's the full name. So it's Weekly Dose of Dano TV if you want to find it. A Dose of Dano on Instagram. But
Yep.
we're a talk show, and really we really talk about mindset. I know a lot of people nowadays they don't really think about things in the right way, or they're kind of pessimistic. And as we all know, with the law of attraction or karma or whatever you want to call it, when
Yep.
you focus on the positive side of everything, every situation does have a positive side. But when you focus on that, you'll start to attract more of it. And it's a talk show, like I said, because there's other people who are very successful. Like I interview celebrities or people of high profile. They just kind of give us the blueprint of what they did in order to achieve wherever status that they're in right now. So, like
Sure.
I said, it's really about mindset. And I wanted to pick that because I know what it's like to be on both sides or opposite sides of the same coin where you're very pessimistic and you might be going through a depression or whatever it is. I've been through things like that. And
Yeah.
when you go to the other side and you focus on the positives of every morning just waking up and being grateful for another chance to go through the day to achieve your dreams or to find your soulmate or to make somebody else happy or smile, I'll
Yes.
choose that tie. I'll choose that side 10 out of 10 times.
Yes,
And like
sir.
I said, I chose that because I've seen what it has done for me. And I want other people to know that it may sound cliche, but whatever lifestyle, whatever dreams that they want to accomplish, they are able to do it. And
Yeah.
hey, well, look at this on Weekly Dose of Dano. This person had to go through this journey and they achieved everything that they said they were going to. And this is
Yeah.
how they did it. So here's some free game for you as well. And that's what the show is really all about. And yeah, it's great stuff.
Hey, hey, what we call it is, dos pastillas, a little bit, two pills to take, the dose of Dano, and, I have to say, how often does your show come on?
So we're once a week, Thursdays at 9 o'clock Eastern time, because as you heard, I'm in the Philadelphia area, so I believe that's 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time.
Okay, okay. Yeah. And, I think, by having you do it once a week, a lot of people don't understand. We talk about consistency, right? And because consistency of each week, sometimes it feels like it comes faster, but then sometimes it feels like it comes slow too. For me,
Yeah.
right? For me, when it comes, I'm like, man, I can't wait to interview this guest. And like you're counting the days down, but it just seems like it just goes so slow. And then when you finally like just keeping the pace, you realize like, man, Thursday came up just so fast. I didn't even realize it was almost close to Thursday. How do you prepare the mindset of as a talk show host, we produce a show each week,
Mhm.
right? how do you prepare your mind for each guest? I mean, each guest is different, but how do you prepare yourself and motivate yourself each week to keep it going?
So I'm really, really big on meditation. So I meditate every day and I set the intention that this show is going to be absolutely amazing. We're going to have high energy. And most importantly, we're going to help that one person that might need the advice or the guidance in order to get through wherever it is that they're going.
Yeah.
So meditation is a big part of my preparation process because, you got to take care of yourself mentally, then physically. And once you take care of those two things, your inner world, everything on the outer world is going to manifest in that same way. So I'm really, really big on meditations. Also, you got to do your homework, right? If you're trying to go in and wing it, you're going to have a bad show. Things aren't going to flow as well. You're not going to know what to talk to the guest about. So preparation as far as doing your homework is a big one as well. I like to do that at least a week before, whether it's for 5 minutes, whether it's for an hour, it's whatever, I'm going through at the moment or however I'm feeling at that time. So homework, preparing yourself mentally. And then number 3 is knowing that it's going to be a great show, setting that intention and just understanding that these people, I call them my positivity posse or my supporters. So knowing that my positivity posse is going to enjoy the content and ultimately we're helping out somebody else, because it's not just to say, hey, look, we're on TV. It's to be of service to other people that may need it, that may not have that guidance. So those are my 3 tips, or my 3 pieces that keep me going.
We take tips, Papa. We take tips. That's all I got to say. We love to take tips because you know why? People need to understand why we take those and then move forward, right? And a lot of people don't understand that sometimes we can be depressed during the week and then we're ready for our show. Boom! Take the depression out, right? Some things can happen personally as well as far as within our lives. And then when we come to our show, it's like a stress relief, because we prepare for something. And sometimes we can be nervous about the guest that we're actually going to interview, right? You're like, man, I hope I don't mess this up. I hope this is going to be a good time.
Yeah.
In regards to that, man. But big kudos to you and the positivity posse, man. That is awesome, man. That is awesome. I do have to go because we got comments flowing back and forth, and I'm loving that these comments are going crazy. Hello, Trish Hogan. Trish Hogan, thank you so much for actually tuning in. Yes, Giovanna Salas says, yes, community is everything. Yes, and then Beatrice Davis says, you also have to consistently improve yourself, got to grow with the show. And that's important. That's really important. I mean, that's a really great, step in regards to what do you do to improve yourself? You got to read. You got to basically practice. I practice sometimes in the mirror. Do you ever practice in the mirror? Have you ever practiced in the mirror?
If I'm being honest, yes, I have. I have practiced in the mirror before. Hey, you got to do what you got to do. If nobody's answering that phone, you got to just go in front of yourself. And that might be the hardest thing for some people. But yes, I have done that from time to time.
Hey, I have to say, bro, when you actually practice in the mirror, it's like you talking to yourself, but you're actually trying to talk to the audience, right? And I think that's a big thing. I think that's a big thing as well, too. Man, we're down to 7 minutes of fame around here. I told you this is going to go fast because my man, you already know, my man, Dose of Dano TV. We might as well put that TV in there. You already know. Papa, there's another thing that we go through and make struggle. We struggle with our guests sometimes.
Oh, woof, you ain't lying with that.
when we struggle with our guests sometimes, and when we're interviewing people, what are some of the, you could throw one out there, a struggle that you actually had with a guest that you had to overcome to make sure that it goes smoothly? So
I had this singer come on my show, and she was really nervous. She was stuttering over her words, and it was just really nervous to like mess up and things like that. So that's what the problem was. But that's what we get paid the big bucks for, right? We got to make the show. We got to make people feel comfortable doing everything that they, that they're come on the show to do. Like, obviously, if you're a great singer, then, tell people about that. And if you can do it in singing, then you can do it in your personality as well. But, like I said, I just like to focus on the story and their life's journeys, and ultimately keeping the point in my mind that, all right, this is going to be helping somebody, because let's say that thing that person is going through, the viewer who's watching it might do the same thing at a job interview or whatever it is that they're doing. So I kind of take those learning lessons from, whether it's the guests or whether it's technology failing, or whether it can be a plethora of all different kinds of reasons. But I like to take those lessons and kind of translate them into everyday life. So if the lady, like I said, the singer that I interviewed was shy about everything, I like to take that, kind of expand it into, or I guess correlate it to everybody's everyday life, and then try to use that to make them feel more comfortable with it. And I've had my blunders too, where in the very beginning I would trip up over my words, or I would, say things that I shouldn't have said. And hey, it happens, but you got to keep the show going and just make sure that it's the best thing that you can do. And when you got good energy behind it, it doesn't matter what you do, because it's all going to be, perceived well by everybody. And when you got the great spirit, that's all you can ask for.
Lueche Ramos is checking in. Said, Donald, it's like that T-shirt is fire.
Thank you. OG member of the Positivity Posse, and as I mentioned before, that's actually my brother. So like I said, just the support system that I've had. Shout out to you, Mom. Love you too, and all of my Positivity Posse. I love you guys, man. You guys are the best.
Yeah. We got Dr. Uni Krishan is checking in, showing out a lot of love. Thank you so much for showing the love as well, too. Thank you, Beatrice. Beatrice said, you two are amazing together. You should host the show together. That energy will blow the show up. Yeah, that might be in the works, of course, my man. Dano, you already know we got the energy that just keeps flowing, man. I'm loving it, man. So we're down to our last 3 minutes of fame, Papa.
Already?
I know. The one thing that I wanted to actually, and I was going to see exactly what the singer was going to actually do to you in order for you to be able to get out of that kind of that rabbit hole. How do I troubleshoot a human, right? When you're trying to troubleshoot humans, my thing is that I've always, and I just ran into two. And this was a past interview that I've actually had. The first one is short answers. The short answers. I had a guy that I think it was one of my first ones that I ever interviewed, and he had a short answer. I said, so how's it going? Good. I said, so, do you have any shout outs to anybody you want to get out there? My mom. I said, so so tell us about
interview's over. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, tell us about your business. And he was like, well, this is what I do, and that's it. I was like, okay, we're gonna be back for another commercial break. And the second one, Dano, is accents. I love my people from across the world. When it comes to the accents and also them understanding English, I love them, man. And the cool thing about it is, as far as troubleshooting humans, is being able to weave and actually just make the words sound so good to them that they enjoy the show. And I love that, man. I love that being a talk show host, man. And I think that's one of the two things as a talk show host, and also that shyness, right? So it's like, yeah, I'm kind of shy. I'm like, it's okay. I'll hug you virtually, I'll hug you in person, It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I applaud you because you were able to succeed, sir,
Thank you.
So, down to our last minute, if you could tell everybody your social media handles, how they can find out more about you. I know you said a little bit on YouTube, but let's repeat that. Let's tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you again to Heart of Hollywood, and to you, Rico, and to Beatrice, and all of you guys watching as well. I just wanted to give you guys a quick shout out. But if you want to find me on social media, you can go on TikTok, on Instagram, it's at Dose of Dano. On Facebook, it's at Weekly Dose of Dano TV. And I actually have my own website as well. So I'll come in right after the show is finished, and I'll drop that link as well. If you need my email, you can email me at doseofdano@gmail.com, or Danos Worldwide Productions at gmail.com. And yeah, those are just some of the places you can find me. Actually, interesting that this is happening is I actually had somebody reach out to me earlier about, helping me with communications, but they were able to find my social media links and all of that stuff. So people want to become guests and they just want to help out with everything. So that's where you can find me at. Don't be shy. Just reach out to me, and I'm looking forward to whoever reaches out.
Oh, once again, man, the energy is blown up, baby. Thank you so much for being on the show, Papa. I appreciate it, man. I had such a blast as far as with you. Of course, if it was an hour, we might be on for 2 hours. It's just, hey, bro, the energy is awesome. Continue to do what you do, man. And I want everybody from the heart of Hollywood to be able to know what great of a guy you are. And I hope that everyone supports you moving forward, Papa.
Thank you so much for the opportunity again. Shout out to Giovanna Salas. Remember, don't always check out Weekly Dose of Dano TV, but also check out the Rico No Suave show as well. So thank you guys. Have a great night. And I'm out of here. Mic drop. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, Papa. I'll see you later, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you again. Soon. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody, you already know it was my boy. Yes, that is my boy, Dano. Yes, we had a great time, and I hope you guys had a great time as well, too, on the show. Through Sorry Mi Gente, this is what we do. We bring that energy. But this is what you understand as far as what we do when we go as talk show hosts. We love and we have a passion of being able to bring you guys that great energy. So, of course, as we continue to build that experience with the world itself, we are there to make sure that you are happy at all times. Don't forget, everybody, heartofhollywoodmagazine.com. That's where you find everything from model competition. If you want to be on the front cover of Heart of Hollywood magazine, make sure you please go there and contact us there. Each week, you already know, Rico No Suave here at the Heart of Hollywood interview series. Check us out on Instagram, Heart of Hollywood Magazine, Facebook, YouTube, as well too, Heart of Hollywood Magazine. Next week, everybody, make sure you tune in. I got another special guest, another great guest for the show. Until next time, everybody, I'll see you later.